Golly gee willikers.
I know. I turned on my amp for once.
Yeah. Your neighbors have their pitchforks and torches ready.
They should get their cock rings ready.
I mean, they have those too.
Another time, cock ring wielders.
Indeed.
I think I'll take a lozenge instead, good sir.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Rabbithole podcast, where we bullshit about bullshit. You can find this elsewhere.
You can't find this in most places.
You can find this in a lot of places if you look.
It's just YouTube, right?
No.
My mom still thinks we're only on Anchor. And she's like, I don't want to use that dumb app you guys put your dumb podcast on.
We're all over the place.
You both sound fatter. You sound 6 months of quarantine fatter. And I'm like, you're just a mean mother or paternal.
You're just a mean old lady.
Exactly. And I was like, well, Mom, you sound 6 months older. Hag.
Alright.
Dude, I'm almost not even able to make this call in the fashion in which I'm making it. I lost my other Raycon for almost a whole week.
Why?
And then, same as last time, I was drinking, and then I woke up, and it wasn't in the case or in my ear, and I couldn't find it. And I thought it had to be in the bed, or at least in the bedroom. And then yesterday, I was doing the dishes, and I found it in a bowl of water.
What?
Yeah.
Does it still work?
Yeah, I'm making the call on it right now. I had to suck some of the water out of the speaker, but it's fine.
Crazy.
Yeah, the first time I charged it and turned it back on, I went and listened to music, and it sounded like the music was coming through a wall, and I was like, there's still shit in here. So, risking the health for sure. I knew whatever was in the earbud was going to be gross, but I also knew the earbud's not that big, it can't have that much in there. So I sucked the fluid through the speaker, and it was mostly bleach, so that was okay.
That's a weird story, homie.
Yeah, but it sounds okay now. I don't know how the microphone is holding up, but apparently Raycons are water resistant enough to be in some fluid for almost a week.
Yeah, that's madness.
Testament to the product.
I thought I was asking a terrible question when I asked if it still worked, but wow.
Hey, you got something in the microwave that I think is done.
No, that was my coffee pot turning off. Being like, okay, it's over, bye.
That's fucking stupid.
I mean, sure.
Off.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. They decided that it was.
Unless you're going to go right back over there and turn it back on, in which case you're just going to burn your coffee.
I might turn it back on.
I did that the other day. I wound up burning a whole pot of coffee because, John was supposed to text me to come hang out, and then he wound up not, and I was like, I'm going to make a nice little, enough to top off this cup so I can have some hot coffee with the cigar, and then I kept turning the coffee pot back on, and it was just burnt-ass coffee. Wasted the last of my pumpkin spice creamer on it.
Fuck.
Crest was the first pumpkin spice. Winco remains stout, remains strong. Oh shit, my microphone's been on the ground the whole time, hasn't it?
I don't know, maybe. I gotta go get me some of this pumpkin spice.
Crest has it. The stupid dick-sucking Winco that I love so much,
Because it sucks your dick.
they've got one pumpkin spice coffee type of product, and it's like the Stoke brand cold brew. And I'm like, I'm not putting pumpkin flavored cold brew in my coffee. I need creamer. But they have peppermint bullshit creamer.
But think about it. You get double the caffeine if you do that.
Yeah, there's definitely a part of me that wants to do that, and I've definitely done shit like that a bunch of times before, especially as a teenager.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm as obsessed with caffeine as I was when I was a teenager.
That's fair.
I need some. I like an expedient pooping process, and I like the taste of coffee, and I like the taste of coffee creamer.
Yeah. I actually, don't drink coffee all that much anymore. Or, any caffeine anymore. I just kind of stopped. and it's weird.
It gives you more energy, and if you're sleeping, you don't need too much of it.
Yeah. Still weird though. Still drink I'll drink a itsy bitsy bit of coffee like if I just want the flavor, but it's definitely not like even an everyday thing.
Oh, I enjoy it. I enjoy it enough that I'll drink a big old cup of it, and if I don't, I'll get a headache. I remember the doing 48-hour practices at sanitarium. Like when y'all
Yeah.
would gear up to do that, y'all would get an enormous amount of monsters, and like the second that it was started, like y'all would wake up and it'd be like, all right, let's start this 48-hour thing, and y'all would already be double fisting monsters, and I'm like, you guys haven't had a chance to get tired yet. Give it a damn minute. And then 48 hours later, just people's bloodshot eyes.
I mean, to be fair, at the time, during the whole sanitarium pictures thing, like for most of it, people weren't sleeping for shit.
That's probably true.
That's why the monsters were needed. I remember so many times staying up all night editing stuff, even if it wasn't like a 48-hour practice. It was like, nah, we want to just get it done and put it out. Let's do it.
Yeah, and we got a lot done that way.
Yeah? Not. I mean, I wouldn't say. I'd say most of the stuff wasn't great, but there was a few things that were just like excellent.
What the fuck was excellent?
5 minutes late, excellent.
That's a. I mean, that I'll stand by that as a good like little student short film. There was a lot going on.
Yeah, I feel like that one was so like. I feel like an outsider would probably look at it and be like, I just don't understand it at all. But there were so many great little vignettes in it that just made it like, this is great. I love it.
Yeah, we knew what we were doing. It doesn't matter if the audience knows.
Yeah. And like imagery wise, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that one was a pretty good one. Drama wasn't that bad. The superhero,
I don't remember it.
It was the first 48-hour we did, where you were the coroner and me and Becky were a couple. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. That one, like, there was some cool stuff that we did with that one, and some funny shit as well. But overall, like, kind of just the whole idea of it is kind of just makes me cringe a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, 48 hours, what are you going to do?
It's true. I mean, you get a lot of cringy stuff out of those. Anybody that comes out with something, like, legitimately interesting with a 48-hour thing, like...
They're liars.
They definitely, like, deserve praise. Because there's only so much you can do with that kind of shit.
Yeah, what you really want to do is cheat, and you want to preload some ideas.
Yeah, or just be an absolute genius auteur.
Those don't just walk around.
Right? It's a problem.
Yeah. we missed our. I thought the 48-hour film wasn't going to happen this year at all, and then I got an email from the 48-hour people, and they were just like, "Yep, we're doing it. Sign up will be cutoff will be the 16th. We're doing it that weekend." So actually, right now there's people running around making films, trying to get this done in 48 hours.
Yeah. See, I'm like in this space where it's like, man, I want to do one again, like really fucking bad. But then I think about it, I'm like, it's like such fun, but it's also such hell at the same time.
Would you do the running around with us, or would you just like wait to edit?
Oh no, man, I want to do it. I want to do the whole thing. Like,
get on set, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's fun shit.
I mean, I wouldn't even mind acting in it. Like I want to do, like, all the stuff, but then I also think, fuck, it's 48 hours, man, it's such a, ugh.
Yeah, I'm getting removed enough from being on film sets that I'm like, I might go to an audition once this shit gets back together. I might do that. Fuck it. Why not? I don't care. Worst I can do is bomb.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, my thing is, like, I'm not passionate about acting, but just, like, making something and actually having, like, multiple hands in it, like, that's just, that was the thing that was cool about Sanitarium Pictures, because it legit was, like, 4 or 5 of us doing the fucking thing and doing everything that we could in it.
Yeah, we don't really have access to that the same way. I mean, we still have access to each other, but
Yeah.
I don't. There's been a lot more people who would be like, I'm really just thinking like it'd be impossible to get John in front of the camera if we needed him to, or
Yeah.
to do anything that he really doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, you
and
refused to run Boom for us before, so we could say the same thing about your contest.
I mean, sure, but that was that had more to do with like actual pain, so not like just a complete unwillingness to do it.
Pussy.
I had a reason for it.
Yeah, it's hard. You don't wanna. Do you have a hemorrhoid in your shoulder blade? Fucking poon.
That's not a
Hold
thing.
that stick, you stupid piece of shit. It's uncomfortable for everyone. Eat some potassium, reduce your lactic acid. Just hold this stick.
Never. That was years ago, anyways, Jeff. Fuck off.
It's so hard to tell what was years ago. I break shit up into chapters, and that's usually based on where I'm living, and it's definitely been since I've been in this apartment. I feel like I haven't been in this apartment for more than 2 years. But that can't be true. I might have been in this apartment for 3 years now.
Were you in that apartment? I thought that was a point when we were still living together.
Oh, you know what? You've refused to run Boom a few times.
That's not true. There was only that one whenever we had the fucking 48-hour thing where we used that bar and everything.
Yeah. Well, that's vivid in my memory. Poon. And I hated that film so much. Also.
And I actually ran Boom for a lot of that. I just didn't do it on a specific day in John's bedroom.
Okay. I don't have receipts with me, so I'm gonna drop it. All right.
Okay. Well, I did it in the bar, so.
And I hate you.
All right. It's a fight now. We're fighting.
All right.
We're fighting now.
And I'm just gonna take my toiletries out of your bathroom. I'm gonna take my deodorant out of your dresser and go.
Okay. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna spray a bunch of Axe body spray anyway, so you think of me when I'm gone. But fuck
Gross.
You. Yeah.
All right.
I bought it for you.
You know. There's different ways to hold a boom, and I also weigh like 70 pounds less and have more strength in my arms and back, so I'll probably be able to do a better job. So there.
All right. John
It's hard to lift your hands above your head when you're a big fat fuck. I'm sorry.
John wants to do another 48. Just for funsy onesies.
Yeah. I'm still of the mind where I just want to write something and make something and not have the time constraint that makes it something that's not as good as it could be.
That's kind of what I told him, is that I'm not opposed to doing a 48, but I would like to bring a script. But that's the problem with saying that, is that we've been saying that for years and no one's brought a short film script except for the Scandalous Tales people.
I mean, we have some scripts floating around. We just are terrible writers. We just don't write.
Yeah.
We write well, but we don't do it.
Procrastination has been a real motherfucker for several years for me. It's caused all sorts of problems in my life.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. I don't know which short films we're thinking of, though. I probably wouldn't want to do open register at this point. I feel like I'm too old for that. Also, I'm pretty sure if I read that script, I'll vomit.
I mean, it could be rewritten and fixed up, but I mean, I still got Black Widow floating around, but I'm wanting to do something slightly smaller.
Yeah, you actually
Just like
have
a couple
like
people.
3 or 4 scripts to do. You still have OCD. Yeah. You still have Life of a Lighter. You still have Black Widow.
This is true. Yes, everybody, the Marvel movie. I wrote it first.
Exactly. And it's coming to Disney Plus.
Ugh. Oh, well, that's fine.
But it's gonna be $40, regardless of if you have it or not.
Well, that's terrible, and I'll just wait until it's free. Because Mulan will be free in December, so
Will it
Black
really?
Widow will eventually be free. Yeah. Yup.
Just pirate it now.
What, Mulan? I don't give a shit. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm not super interested in it either. But if I was gonna watch it, I'd probably just pirate it.
I was like slightly interested in watching it, but you know, with all the everything that's come out, it's like I don't give a shit. Like I wasn't super interested in watching it anyways. I didn't want to give Disney money for anything having to do with their live action remakes because most of them are trash and they just keep making them.
I wound up. Mom gave me her Disney Plus credentials, and I tried to log in with them, and I think she changed her password, which is a bummer. I was gonna catch up on Mandalorian.
Damn.
I know, right? Sucks nuggets.
Oh yeah, the new season starts the end of this month.
Well, that's just gonna be one more show that I don't really watch.
Yeah, it happens. I've
Yeah.
missed a lot of shows as well.
Yeah, like you're still missing Letterkenny because you won't get Hulu because you're fat.
All right. Okay. So now we're going to get into story time about Hulu.
Story time, come on, grab your friends.
No, that's Adventure Time.
Zach is fat, shut the fuck up.
That's Adventure Time though.
Yeah. I still need to finish that.
Okay. So, I got up and paid all my bills, did all that stuff, and then I tried to get Hulu. And it
Again.
was like, "Hey, fuck your card, bro. No way." So I tried my other card, and guess what? It said, "Fuck your card, bro. No way." So I'm like, "All right." So I called Hulu customer support at 4:30 in the morning as I was doing this. And they were like, "Oh yeah, your card keeps getting declined. You'll have to call your bank." So then I waited till 7 a.m. and I called my bank. And they were like, the money's going there and they're sending it back. So it's on them. So then I call Hulu again. And then I talk to somebody else at Hulu. And they're like, "It says that your account is, what's the word?
Fat.
Like, yes, fat. That's the word. No.
Delinquent.
Like it's frozen or something. I don't know. Some stupid shit. And they couldn't get it to fix it. And they're like, "Do you have like a different email account?" And I was like, "No, but I guess I'll make one." So I made an email account called Zach's Hulu email at gmail.com. Everybody go ahead and send me stuff.
You can actually just put a +1 at the end of any Gmail address, and Google will send it all to the same address. Like if you go
Weird.
yeah, like if you wind up like, oh, my email address is blocked on Papa John's, you can just be like, you could just use put a +1 between your actual email address and the @ symbol, and Google will make that email address and treat it as one.
Cool.
Yeah, you can also do words too. You just put the plus and then something else. So like, I got locked out of my PlayStation account, so instead of making a new email address for PlayStation, I just have my email address plus PlayStation at Gmail.
Weird.
Yeah, John taught
All
me
right.
that. It's the only useful computer thing he knows.
I will remember that for next time.
Yeah, it's also good
Anyways.
if you're gonna cheat Papa John coupons, because sometimes they'll be like, "You've used 10 coupons this month," and it's like, "Well, Jeffrey Brown 2 hasn't."
Yeah, that guy. But anyways, so did all that shit and it still wouldn't work. And then I tried my credit card and finally got it to work. You know, it just took like 5 hours to figure all that bullshit out. And it was really fucking infuriating. Anyways, point is, I've watched some Letterkenny. So there.
Well, pitter patter. How'd you feel?
I just finished the second season this morning.
That's a good season.
And that's a weird fucking show, man.
I love Mrs. Mac. She's fun. The end of season 2 is they would have the St. Patrick's Day special, right?
Yep,
St.
that was the
Patrick's
one.
Day.
Yeah, it's such a weird show because it's like nothing happens in this show and they do the same jokes every episode in a different location.
And it's still hilarious.
Yeah, I can dig it. And that's all I have to say about that.
That's it. I mean, it's the greatest show of all time. So
I mean, I people have said this. It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
unfortunately, Ed Norton agrees.
Fucking Ed Norton.
Asshole went on fucking Twitter and was like, "It's vaudevillian and it's Abbott Costello-esque, and your physical comedy is unparalleled. It's Chaplin-y." And I was like, "Why does this pretentious cunt gotta fucking be pretentious about comedy?"
Yeah, it's a lot different than I expected it to be. Because I wasn't expecting, like, a sitcom so much. I was expecting more of, like, I don't know why. I pictured it as, like, kind of a sketch show situation. But, nope.
That's imprinted in your subconscious because they used to be a sketch show. They used to just do the bits at the produce stand and post them on YouTube and Facebook.
I had no clue.
Yeah, and season 3 they build a ice fishing shack, and there will be a bit about sushis and sashimis that was definitely popular on Facebook for a little bit.
Huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dig it. I'm gonna finish it, and that's not something I can say about a lot of shows.
I love the soundtrack. They pick really good music.
I haven't really noticed the music too much.
Got a lot of really great punk rock on there. And they run a Spotify account, just Letterkenny.
Yeah, I guess whenever they do like the fight scenes and shit and just kind of almost montage it, there's some good punk music in there. That's when I noticed it. Then you got like the fucking weird ass goth kids who I'm just like, man, I knew people like this in school.
I love the skits.
Like, I fucking I literally don't know how I feel about most of the characters in this show.
John
like,
and Keegan hate
I
the
lo-
skits.
Yeah, like I think some of the stuff is funny, but it's also like it's cringe funny, you know? It's
Yes.
like that cringe comedy shit where it's like it's frustrating because it's like, man, I knew so many people like this in high school and middle school, and it's just like bringing back awful cringe memories with
It's
these
cringy
kinds of
and
people.
wimpy. Inside of a show that has a lot of masculine humor, which is something that probably Keegan and John were attracted to. And then, like, there's also the preacher and the Skids, who are very anti-masculine characters, and they're very cringy.
Yeah.
I love them. So much fun.
Yeah.
Devin's fart book. Devin doing the social network thing on the fart book was. I forgot that was actually the funniest part about that. I said you could skip the fart book episode, but then I watched it recently, and it is the worst episode in the whole canon. But
Yeah,
Devin doing the
I
social-
hated that episode so fucking much. I'm like, you know, they slip in a fart joke in probably every episode, but this whole fucking episode, it's like, ugh.
Those are cat farts. Dude,
Yeah.
Season 5 opens up with a montage of all the farts they've had on the show, and you're not wrong. It is an immaculate amount of farts.
Yeah. Which, you know, I'm not a big fan of fart humor. I don't get it. It doesn't really make me laugh or anything.
Farts are pretty.
You know, slipping one or two in there is fine, but like then the whole episode I was like, man, is this gonna be the point that I just stop watching?
Right
it
here
wasn't.
in the middle of the first season.
Yep. Just a few episodes in. Like, I'm just surprised that they had that episode so early in the run.
Yeah, it really feels like a jump the shark, the show's dying type of episode.
Yeah, it really feels like a season 5 last, like, attempt to do something different.
I think it had more to do with Jared Kiso writing all of these himself, the guy who plays Wayne, and being like, I'm only going to get a shot to make a season of television once while I'm trying not to go be in Hollywood. So these are the 6 I have, and it's funded right now, so let's go, instead of trying to swap out the fart book episode.
Yeah.
Just kind of rolling with what he had, because he could do better. Also, the show doesn't really find itself until the end of season 2, I feel like.
Yeah, it kind of does, like... I noticed a drastic difference between season 1 and season 2. Just because it does feel more established. It's not really introducing anything, like, completely different. Like, season 1 had a lot of episodes that, like, they felt really different from each other. Season 2 is like, here's a more established, solid kind of foundation, I guess.
Yeah, the Rat-a-tat's there, the characters are more established, Squirrely Dan's actually doing his essing thing instead of, yeah, he didn't have that speech dyslexia in the first season. It's hard to imagine, but if you go back and watch it, he didn't. Sushis and sashimis would not be the way he pronounced it. He was talking very straight.
Huh.
Yeah. There's a game that we play in the garage accidentally when we're trying to talk like Squirrely Dan, and it's hard to talk like Squirrely Dan without accidentally going into Squizgar from Apocalypse. Squizgar? Not Squizgar.
Yeah.
But he didn't do that in the first season, like, at all. And you forget that until you go back and you're like, oh, shit.
Huh.
Why, late into production, choose to have a speech impediment just to make himself more squirrely?
I don't know.
But I can't imagine the show without him. I get Squirrely Dan without being squirrely that way. It's good on him.
Yeah. Oh.
That's Trevor K. Wilson. His stand-up is okay.
I wonder if my microphone is picking up my neighbors singing opera.
Are you really living next to opera singers?
I am.
Now, do they sound like they practice, or do they sound like they realize they live next door to someone hitting plastic drums a lot and should have a reason to be loud as well?
No, I mean, they do this every day, and it sounds like they're actually, like, doing a thing, but it's just weird. Every single day for, like, an hour or two, it's just going.
We have a guy that lives in the building to the right of me, and dude, it's a rare NPC appearance, but like 3 times I've caught that dude out there in a black gi in front of a camcorder practicing karate for hopefully his students.
Hopefully.
Now I hope he's not just running a fucking YouTube channel where he thinks it's okay to get a $100 camcorder on a $3 tripod that looks like it's gonna fall over and then start air kicking by people's windows. Like,
that's what YouTube was built on.
It was,
and honestly, he's probably doing TikTok because TikTok is where those people are now.
People do TikTok on their phone, and I've seen them do it before TikTok was a popular thing.
Okay.
But I don't. If I wind up finding his social media account, I'm gonna recut it to where every time that he does a kick, there's a fart, because that's funny. You go on
would.
TikTok?
Nope.
I watch Be Your Mom's House podcast, and that's probably one of the best parts, is comedian Christina Pajitsky. She has hacked the TikTok algorithm to serve her only what TikTok does not want her to see. So she sees nothing but, like, meth heads and deep southern people saying outrageous shit on TikTok. Like homeless people with Obama phones just yelling at Zuckerberg and doing all sorts of crazy shit.
Alrighty, that's weird.
There's a dark lane to TikTok. And I kind of want to get on it, but I'd rather just go to Christina Pazicki's Instagram, and she puts all the best TikToks in her Instagram stories. So you don't actually have to go to TikTok to enjoy it.
She's freebooting TikToks?
She is freebooting talks.
Yeah, I don't want to download it. I don't want another thing that I can waste my time on.
Yeah, I scrolled Instagram for 30 fucking minutes yesterday. I only open Instagram like once a week tops. And usually to see if I want to go to Pornhub. Like, I'll open it and be like, am I in the mood? I'm not sure. And then I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'm in the mood. Let's jump over to Pornhub. But Oh, and looking at food. I watched. That's probably how it happened. I went there for a specific reason. I went there to go look at some. Google sent me another thirst trap article about some golfer with a big butt, and I was gonna go check out her Instagram. But then I went to the search tab and I saw people cooking steaks, and then I watched like 500 people cook steaks for 30 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, I like that. I like seeing people cook steak.
I can't do it. It makes me hungry.
I think that's the point. Is seeing food cook makes you want to eat.
Like, even GMM at this point, there's like, because like 4 out of 5 episodes a week are food related, and it's like, honestly, guys, like, I can't watch you guys eat that kind of food when I'm like, I need to go to McDonald's or some shit. You know, I've got the money for this.
Yeah, I'd like to buy a steak. I just did. What I did, I just did blah 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 to tell people what the fuck I ate. Who cares? I went to Winco and I always get the like whatever meat is on sale. They always have like a big protein up front that's on a really good deal. I got 2 pork shoulders and I slow cooked them with red beans and made red beans and rice.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a bit of a lean cut. I really want a fatty cut if you're gonna make red beans and rice. It's very important.
All right, I will remember that if I ever do such a thing.
You make the homemade Popeyes, you can actually just get a can of red beans and rice and put a bunch of bacon fat in it, and that's basically it. Some Creole seasoning, some cherries.
I actually bought some Creole seasoning, and you're right, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
I use it on my eggs.
It is good. You get that little egg yolk in there with that. Did you start covering the pan when you cook your egg? If you fry an egg, or you just doing scrambles?
Nah, I would have to go get a pan and a pan with a lid, so...
No, just use your pot lids.
I don't have those.
You don't have pots?
I have one pot, and it doesn't have a lid, because I just bought the $4 one from Walmart when I was moving out.
I bought
it didn't come with a lid.
From the thrift store with a lid. That was nice.
Yeah. My pots are like, they're super cheap, so they're kind of falling apart at this point. I need to get some new ones anyways. You know, the handle is like kind of melting and disconnecting.
How many skillets do you have? Because you could just use a little skillet for your egg and put a big skillet. Oh, only one?
Yep.
Jesus, dude. You're living efficient.
Yeah. In fact, not efficient enough. I do have a crock pot.
Okay.
Oh. I do have a crock pot. I just haven't used it in forever and forgot I had it. Amazing.
So you have one pot, one skillet, one crock pot. How many plates do you have?
2.
That's all you need.
That's too many. I have too many plates, too many bowls. I have 3 fucking bowls.
Dude, why? So you can have more dishes?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah.
However, coffee mugs, I think I have like 12. So there's that.
Well, that's merch. Grown-ups buy merch now. That's what keeps people alive.
It's true. Buy that merch.
It's Pizza Miss right now, and I don't have any money to buy a Pizza John shirt, which blows. Although the new exclusive Pizza John shirts this year aren't that great, so I don't feel like I'm missing out. I really enjoy getting None Pizza Left Beef. I wouldn't mind getting the David Bowie, they did a Ziggy Stardust type of pattern on Pizza John, so I'd like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I just didn't see anything that was that cool this year. A lot of fan submissions.
Yeah, I saw a image of John Green wearing the fucking mask with that on it. The fucking Pizza John thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy any merch masks just because I don't like. I've always worn a dust mask if I was sick and going to Walmart. Like I started doing that 5 years ago when I found out that's what they do in Japan. I was just like, if I'm hella sick and I have to go to Walmart, this is something you should do.
Yeah, because you're a weeb.
Yeah, I was a weeb, and I don't really care if people stare at me, especially if I was wearing a security uniform and a dust mask. Wearing a security uniform, people just don't fucking bother you. It's nice.
Well, I guess I need to get one of those.
That's true. You could just impersonate. Just don't have any badges or patches, and you should be good.
Dope.
Yeah, I don't want to buy any nice like merch masks because in a year, hopefully we won't be wearing these fucking things, and I don't just want to have useless shit.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I'd probably think about it a lot more once this whole thing's over, though. The whether or not I should wear a mask when going to certain places.
It's already. I mean, I'm definitely doing it until I'm probably gonna do this at least. I'll probably do a mask thing for another year, but definitely
Yeah.
by next winter, if we don't have some well shit, we might have the vaccine in spring. We might have people actually taking the vaccine in summer or fall. Uh, and yeah, I don't know. It feels like it could be the start of 2022 really it's before it starts to look stupid to wear a mask.
Yeah.
There will be a point where it's stupid to be out there wearing your mask, and you're just like that person's a fucking panicky ass loon.
I sure fucking hope that day comes.
It will. I mean, even
I hope it comes pretty soon.
if we find
Like
out
within
that
the next year.
if we find out that coronavirus is permanent in our population and we're never going to be able to deal with it or get rid of it, people are going to stop wearing their mask anyway. This mask thing's not permanent. And if that's frankly how the life's going to be, then you don't have a choice because the masks aren't filters. They're not meant to stop you from getting it. They're meant to stop you from spreading it. So once people punk out on it, that's it. There's no going back. It's kind of why Oklahoma pisses me off right now because a lot of anti-mask and dick nuggets.
Yep. Yep. I went out Pokemon Going today with Electlighter, and, about half the people we saw out there were wearing masks.
I just remembered it's Charmander Community Day, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to wear your mask outside. I mean, it's polite, but you don't have to.
I mean, it depends on how populated the area is, and, there was large groups of people.
That's probably a good
wandering.
idea, then.
Yeah. It's not like we were the only two out there situation. But yeah, today was Charmander Community Day.
I thought that was Community Day was supposed to last till 7. I don't see a Charmander.
Nope, it ended at 5.
Motherfuck. Did you get a shiny?
Yeah. I have 5 shiny Charizards.
Man, Charizards
Next
or
time
Manders?
Do what?
Charizards or Charmanders?
Charizards, and then like a bunch of Charmanders. I'll trade you some stuff next time we see each other.
Oh, cool. Next time we see each other. They need to just take those fucking things off. Trade a Pokemon to get your next quest point. I don't encourage people to congregate. Stupid game. Let me trade remotely with more people. Fucking
Right.
ho.
Lecklighter and I were just talking about that today. Like, they need to just make it possible for us to trade remotely, because it's so annoying. Ugh.
Yeah,
But you
even
gotta
before
be
there
there.
was a pandemic, I didn't want to fuck with that.
Yeah.
It's a dust bowl out here. A good diversity of Pokemon appearing lately.
Yeah, they've been kind of better about it recently.
Yeah,
But-
instead of like, this week is going to be nothing but Pidgeys.
Yeah. Yeah. Could be better, though. It's still not, like, keeping my... It's not keeping my attention all that well. It's still the Pokemon thing that I like the least, probably. I don't know. I don't really watch the anime either, though. So...
No, I'm not going to watch the anime. Especially once he finally beat the Elite Four or whatever the fuck, and that trended, and we got to see what Ash looks like now, and it's like, man, that is a fat Puerto Rican man.
What?
You didn't see it? Ash beat, I think it was like last year or the year before, he beat the Elite Four, and he does not look like the Ash Ketchum that we grew up with.
Yeah, they changed the style for the Sun and Moon anime, but honestly, like, I've watched a bit of it, and I actually like the newer style. It's a lot more expressive, and the Team Rocket stuff is so much better.
Are they still doing Jesse and James, or did they move on to like Team Magma and all that shit?
No, it's Jesse and James. you know, the style, the newer style just complements them better because they've always been so like over the top, and now it's just like tenfold.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they're a lot more interesting, and the Team Rocket blasting off again thing has kind of changed a bit. More of them just screwing themselves over, and it's pretty good. Don't really care about the Ash stuff so much.
They brought the slapstick. They were a good addition.
Yeah. Ash is just basically Harry Potter. It's like, this is a cool world and all, but your main protagonist is kind of boring.
Yeah. I mean, he was spunky. He was confident. I'd say arrogant,
Yeah.
frankly. Noted animal abuser.
An idiot for sure early on.
Yeah. We're going to train
Like
this Pikachu to fight a fucking Onix, because that makes sense.
Yeah. It's fucking madness because he does get like way smarter in the later stuff and more like they really lean on the games and actually teach you shit that makes sense in the games versus like season 1 anime where they're just saying the wrong shit constantly. Insane.
Yeah.
So I started my Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke in the time between last we spoke and now.
Oh my god.
So that's a thing.
Have you failed yet?
I have not.
Which gym?
I haven't made it very far, but I may have overtrained a lot of my stuff because I just beat Brock, and I already have a Pidgeotto. My Pidgeotto fucking whooped his ass hard. Like, I might have done a little too much grinding up front.
Now in Pokemon Go that might make sense because Pidgeotto is a flying type and they've made Onix a ground rock. But I don't think... Is flying effective against rock?
No, not really. It's not very effective, but the level difference was because I thought that Pidgey evolved at level 12, but no, it's level 18. So I went in with my level 18 Pidgeotto and beat down his level 10 Geodude and level 14 Onix.
Spanking banking.
And that's all he had. So, and I'm like, well, I also have a Pikachu, Butterfree, and a Rattata. So that's my team so far.
No, yeah, Butterfree's bug. So that's not going to be effective, I would say. Isn't Butterfree grass? No, it's bug.
No, just a dumb bug flying.
If you don't get Bulbasaur, when do you get your first grass type? I guess it'd be Oddish, wouldn't it?
It depends on what I run into on what route, because that's how the Nuzlocke thing works. You can only catch the first Pokemon you run into on each route.
That's pretty rad. That's going to suck later on.
Yeah, it's not too great now. It's a whole lot of grinding. And I went a little too hard, so I'm gonna lean back on that a little bit. Hopefully, I don't know. Misty's Pokemon are like a level 18 and a level 21, so I might be a little under level for that. Especially since Pikachu's only a level 8 right now, because I don't give a shit about him. He can't even evolve in this game.
So what's your lineup right now? You said Pidgeotto, Butterfree, Pikachu, and then what else?
Rattata. Which
no.
He'll be good once he's Eradicate, but that's 20. He has to be level 20.
I'm always going to call it Rattata. I've always read it that way. I know it's Rattata, but it's stupid.
I mean, I switch back and forth. And also, the old anime just always got it wrong.
Yeah, Rattata
everything else
said his own name.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Some goofy shit.
Fucking poon.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to really diving in deep. I've been recording the Nuzlocke and everything. I'll put it out as a series eventually on some channel. I don't know.
I kind of wish I could stream again. I might start streaming from my apartment if I ever get my computer upgraded. This computer's stupid. My laptop sucks. I got Steam put on my laptop because they put out Sonic 2 for free. I think it's still free right now on Steam. but it keeps launching through the Sega Master System emulator, which is a slow, dumb, stupid ass emulator, and it's bogging the shit down enough that my laptop is too slow to play Sonic 2, which is
Damn.
nuts. It doesn't feel good. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm mad at it. Which this laptop is just for watching YouTube and writing scripts, so I don't blame it.
That's
But
my laptop as well.
it discourages my I want to start streaming stuff and making content. Like I would like to do a stream where I just take audience like strangers and then break stories with them. I don't know exactly what I would call it. I had some ideas, but that's kind of my favorite part of writing is taking the blue sky phase, taking ideas and making pitches out of them. Kind of the Mark Bernard and Kevin Smith thing. That'd be a really cool stream. Just start a subreddit and let the weeaboos write it out. But just that's all I do is interact with the community and talk about storytelling and pitch a bunch of ideas.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It would be cool. But I don't think my
You should do
laptop
that.
can handle it. Which is heinous in the anus.
Yeah.
I gotta get
That's why I don't use my laptop for shit.
I gotta get a
'Cause-
computer, but my finances are too shitty.
Yeah, I will hopefully be getting a computer on Cyber Monday. Because I've been saving money, and I should have $800. Like, I get paid on Cyber Monday, and at that point, I should have $800. So hopefully I can find a decent computer for cheaper than that,
Yeah,
and
you
replace
could.
this thing.
That's happening now. The new Nvidia cards, the new type of RTX, whatever the fuck, they came out at $500 instead of $800 or $900, and they're coming in pre-built systems that are going to be cheaper than that. So that's nice. $800. Last month, if you said what can I get for $800, I'm like, you're going to be disappointed compared to when you bought your computer a few years ago. But now it seems like just in time for the shopping season, there's going to be some pretty good options for $800.
Hell yeah. Like, I had other things that I needed to do with my money, but I'm like, if I don't save up the money now to do this, it'll be another year, and hopefully this computer, I don't think this computer would last that long with the shit that I make it do.
All of my bills except for rent are caught up. I fell behind because I missed a bunch of work, but I'm caught up now except for rent, which is they sent me the pay or quit notice, and I was like, I have a deal with y'all to finish this by the end of September, and they're like, we might send you some eviction papers, and I was like, okay, you might need to suck my dick then, and what's the verdict on my inspection to see if my apartment's clean enough? And then I was dealing with that high-ass lady who has been slipping and forgetting paperwork since I fucking moved in here. And she was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I want to reschedule to have another inspection on the 16th. See if you can actually deep clean the apartment. And then I took days off during the week because I didn't do anything last weekend to clean this bitch. And I've got bleach burns on my hands. I was up late scrubbing the shit out of stuff, making sure that the baseboards were clean. Well, they were inspecting me because I've been, as I discussed, I had a hoarding problem I wasn't talking about. But during the hoarding problem, this place was full of torn up sofa and things that the dogs decided to put in the torn up sofa, and this apartment's flooded 4 times, easily 4 times. There was a season where there was so much water coming in that it would just slosh around. I was just stepping through sloshy water. So some of the floorboards had some serious mold on them and some unidentifiable debris. But I got all that shit up, and I was working until 9 in the morning Friday, and they forgot about me. I sat there like, I sat there. She never sent the notice. I was pretty sure she would remember that she was going to come inspect the apartment. And then I sat there until about 1:30 p.m. after not having slept for a day and a half, just busting ass on this place. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to sleep. And yeah, they never showed up. They never inspected my apartment. Either they're working on getting me evicted anyway, or they don't actually care and they're just waiting on the money. There's a chance that none of this matters, and the management here is so poor, I can't figure out if they even know if they want to evict me or not. Like, they may not even know that there was an issue in this apartment with sanitation. Like, I don't even know if they wrote that down. Um, or if they're going to come on Monday and try to surprise me, which is fine. I'm ready. The only thing that's mucky in the house right now is that I got Arthur a new squeaker toy, and he's already ripped it up, so there's fuzz everywhere. But
Yeah,
dude,
that's pretty shitty.
yeah, that's why I didn't write anything this week, because I had a pretty panicky moment. I had to finally tell my mom what was up, and the plan was actually, once I got the pay or quit notice, like, we weren't sure if the apartment still wanted to evict me or not, and they were down to wire me some money to take care of the financial issue, but we were both in agreement that, like, nobody should spend any money on these people till we know if they want to evict me or not. And if they're going to evict me, I'm just going to go live with Mom in Okmulgee. So we were making that plan, and then I called him on Monday and talked to him, because the people I was texting at the office were being dicks, and I finally called him, and the lady who picked up was that fucking high lady again, and she told me the 16th we're going to do a second inspection, and if I can give them the X amount of money today, and then make a promise to pay for the end of the month for the other amount of money, I should be good. But yeah, right now I don't know if they are interested in evicting me or not. They seem to have forgotten I sent them a promise to pay because they keep texting me about my balance. It was just like, Jesus. These people are cunts. So I paid off everything else instead of paying them extra money on the 3-check month. And hopefully at the end of the month I'll catch up. But that's weird. So I still don't know if I'm going to live here next month or not. But I don't care if I waste my own money, as long as I'm not wasting my parents' money. Once I get that sewed up, I want to get a computer again, or at least get a power supply and see if I can fix my old computer, so I can start making shit again. Because I've got music, I can do Reaper. Did you get Reaper? Because you downloaded it. You make any tracks on your vacation?
I attempted to.
It's harder than it looks.
Yeah, and it looks pretty fucking hard. So I like moved my computer and everything into my room where my drums are because it's kind of further away from the wall of my neighbors. So I'm like, better than having them bitch at me or something. So I moved all my shit in there. I bought MIDI cables and everything for the drum set to plug into the computer. And just legitimately watched so many tutorials and things just trying to get it to fucking work. And I don't know if it's the drum set or what, but it would not connect properly to do anything like that. I don't know.
I could solve it.
I don't know if it's just the setup. I don't know if I should spend the money to get a MIDI controller, even though they're only like $30. It's not that bad, but still, if it's not going to do anything, I already spent $13 on that cable.
Well, you don't need a MIDI controller to use MIDI. You can just use your mouse and keyboard. Because once you open the piano roll, you can just click notes in.
Okay.
Let me open my Reaper. One thing that you like, as long as it's seeing that there's a MIDI thing connected, you should just be able to, on your track, go to your input and then select MIDI channel all. And as long as you have a virtual instrument in and armed, you should be able to hit the drum and make sounds. See, I'll pop a track open real quick.
Yeah, I will attempt it again once I get the new computer, because I would just move this one into my room and then try to use it for that kind of shit. Because that's definitely less laborious than trying to edit video and shit.
You can edit video in Reaper.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you can pop an MP4 in there, and you can chop it up.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool if you wanted to score a short film. You can put the movie track up there, and then have your instruments under it, so you can write the cues that way.
Huh. Yeah, I was really hoping that it was easier than it turned out to be, because I was legitimately like, I need to make some music during my vacation.
Well, you should have texted me or something.
I could have.
I'm not a
I don't
Reaper
know why I didn't.
guru, but it did feel like the first time that I ever got a DAW was I bought that Akai keyboard because I wanted a keyboard, and it didn't make any sound, and I didn't fucking understand that, and I was like, "There's no speaker on this fucking keyboard." Um, yeah, and it's like this is just a MIDI driver, and then I used the software that it came with, which had its own DAW with it, and its own presets and impulses, and it had that stupid iLock thing on it I didn't understand. And then I put it in there and I didn't know how to get VSTs on there or how to work it, and I wound up not being able to use that to make anything. And then I got Reaper a couple of years later, and it took me straight up. And I don't know. It felt like Greek. It's like I don't know how to get a fucking instrument on here. It took a while for me to figure out.
It was way harder than I expected it to be because like I could not get it to register for shit, and I'm assuming it's fucking user error and not something to do with my drum set. But
It is.
at least I'm hoping that's what it is.
Like these DAW things, they kind of like once you learn a couple of things about it, you realize it's very much representing real components in a way. Like you have to have a source, and it's got to go from an input to an output, and then the things in the middle have to be placed in the middle. So you have to have a track armed. You have to be running your MIDI cable. On your track, you'll have an input setting. Your input has to be MIDI because if your input is mono, it's doing stuff inside of the computer. So you've got or it's looking for a microphone. So you have to have your input as MIDI, and then you have to have an instrument armed on the track.
Okay, I think that's the point where that was the point where shit got fucked up. I couldn't figure out what it was wanting from me.
Yeah, if you just connect the MIDI and turn on a track and there's no instrument, it doesn't know what to play. So you're sending MIDI impulses to it, but it's the instrument itself doesn't make any sound from the outside. It's just sending signals. So your drum kit's essentially a 7-key keyboard.
Yeah.
And so you have to have an instrument armed, which is why I told you to get that MT power drum kit. Because I don't know if your drum kit will load up its impulses, but you would have to download them somehow. But yeah, you have to put a virtual instrument on that track, and then have your MIDI connected to it to make sound.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to because that was the point that it was because it said that there already like in Reaper it said that there were some virtual instruments already there.
Yeah, there's virtual instruments in the program. You had to have on your track. Yeah. You'll have to go to track option, insert virtual instrument on new track, and then that'll put the track up. And then you'll have to go to insert new MIDI item, and that'll put a white block in front of your track. And if you double click that, it'll bring up the piano roll, and you can manipulate your instrument with the piano roll or with your MIDI device. I just dropped some strings on a track.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I mean.
I was close to it. I got close to what was happening, but nobody really explained it very well in like the different videos that I watched of just trying to set it up in general. You explained it better, and there aren't even visuals here.
Yeah, there's always got to be like 4 things going. You got to have a track, you got to have an item, you got to have an instrument, you got to have an input, and you got to have an output. And that's not the order, but like your input's going to be your MIDI or your keyboard. It's got to be on a track because that's how tracks work. You got to have an instrument on the track or no sound is going to happen, and then your output has to be like speakers or something. But yeah, I just use the mouse and keyboard and click it onto the piano roll.
Hell yeah.
You can double click the MIDI item and the piano roll comes up, so you can just click shit.
Yeah, I will have to look more into that.
Drop some chords on here. Huh?
Yeah, because I ended up just plugging it in via auxiliary into my mic cable or into the mic port of my computer and just recording drums that way. The only thing that sucks about that is that the raw drum sounds, they don't sound particularly good and you can't separate each piece by track to be able to fuck with that stuff differently. So I just had to mess around with it in Audition. So I recorded through Audition and added a little bit of reverb and shit like that to make it sound like the video that I put up on Facebook and Instagram of me playing fucking In Bloom.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was recorded through a mic port and everything, and then I had to manipulate it a lot.
Whack.
Yep.
I've never used a MIDI drum kit, but if it's pulling in channels, you should be able to parse them out on the track. Shit, that's tricky. So you're one thing that's going to happen is that your drum kit's going to write MIDI while you're playing. It's not gonna when you're actually recording that take. It's not going to show a waveform. It's going to show a bunch of squares, and you can take those squares and put them in other tracks. So you could do that in post, like mix them into different channels.
Okay.
Yeah, because MIDI's not a sound. MIDI's a code. So
Yeah.
if you're playing a MIDI instrument, it doesn't show a waveform. It shows a bunch of whatever symbol you've chosen to represent a note in length. So like the default on Reaper is a rectangle, and the rectangle just keeps going as long as the note goes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then you can copy and paste those into other tracks, and then you can break them out as much as you want. And it's all represented on the piano. So like even as a drum kit, it'll be like the C note is a tom, and then the D note is your kick, and then it's like, all right, well I'll just make 6 tracks, and then I'll just have one dedicated to D, and that's just my kick track, and I can parse that out and mix it.
Yeah, I kind of, okay. I understand what you're saying. I thought that it would have worked slightly differently, but what you're saying makes sense exactly. So
It makes sense once you've done it, but it made no fucking sense the first year I tried fucking around in Reaper.
well, now that you've told me what to expect with it, because if I just ran into it, I wouldn't know what the fuck was going on, and I would quit again, and there would be another conversation on this podcast later on.
Hopefully. Now
So
that you know what it should look like.
Yeah, now that I know that that's not the actual sound, but something for the virtual instrument, something to just where the notes are, essentially.
Yeah, it's sheet music for robots.
Dope. It's binary. There's a block or there isn't.
Yeah, it's just telling the computer, this is a C4. I don't care what instrument you put it on. This is C4.
C4.
I'm looking at my... Yeah, that's funny.
And then it explodes.
So
It's an explosive track.
we were on video games for a second. I would just like to, while I'm thinking about it outrageously, are you keeping up with the Smash Brothers news?
Yes, I know that the Minecraft people,
Yeah.
Steve and Alex, are in there.
Steve has rocked the block, as they say. You can also play as Enderman and a Creeper. It's
That's
just skins.
dope.
Yeah, they all do the same thing. It's just skins. They
That's
win.
less interesting.
I mean, Minecraft kind of wins as far as being a DLC newcomer and having cool alternative skins because, they're full on different characters.
That's true.
But they're the same moves. And I played Minecraft Steve for 5 minutes in training and was like, I see how, he's got some really incredible ledge trapping abilities, but his moves are confusing. This feels like playing Pac-Man. It's kind of gimmicky. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I'm going to go do a tournament as Piranha Plant. And I get in there, and there's 30 Minecraft Steves, and I was like, I remember every time a character's been released, day one. Nobody knew what they were doing. I was sweeping up tournaments. I thought for sure, even though my
Famous
controller...
last words.
Yeah, my controller was broken, though. The jump button on one of the GameCube controllers is out, and then the other one is just pulling hard to the left.
My controller smells. I know your tricks.
I'm just saying it was already a bad day. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
I did not win a first round fight against a Steve for like an hour. Minecraft character is so fucking nuts with his, all of his moves have insane knockback. They're really, really fast. They're very unpredictable. He can ledge trap you with anything, and he's heavy enough. He's not easy to kill. Like
Does he set blocks down to block you?
He does. That was you can.
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
If you're pressing B while you're standing, he mines the stage for resources, and if he gets enough resources, he can make diamond level weapons and do a lot of damage. But he can also, if he's in the air and he uses B, he puts a block under him. So there's people just jumping off stage and putting blocks in people's ways so they can't come back.
That's fucking brilliant. That's so good.
I was watching Hungrybox was reacting to Sickest Steve combos in the first 24 hours because it only took 24 hours for people to find absolutely ridiculous combos. And there was this dude fighting a King K. Rool who throws his crown, and you could pick up King K. Rool's crown. So he threw him off the stage, jumped off once, made a block, jumped back on the stage, and threw the crown down. And when you get hit with King K. Rool's crown, it doesn't throw you down, it throws you up. So he hit him. The King K. Rool got angled into a block that was floating in the air and got stage spiked like 2 feet away from the stage by his own crown.
That's crazy.
There was a Steve coming back to stage. The down B for Steve is that he throws a Minecraft mining cart and you get stuck in it and get thrown. And he just he was recovering. He was coming back to the stage. Someone was close to the ledge, close enough to get sucked into the minecart, but the minecart bounced off the stage. And that dude just got sucked in the minecart and taken to the bottom of the map and died. Just That's savagery. Funny. Just all the stuff is so fucking savage. His up B or his up smash places a lava block above him. So there's people getting up throws and then placing lava blocks and then jumping and making blocks under them and then placing a lava block and then jumping and just laddering people off the top of the stage.
Those sound like Fortnite players to me, man.
It is. He's playing fucking Fortnite.
I've played some Fortnite and seeing those fucking people, there's no way I could ever get good at that game. Seeing those people fucking, building stuff out of nowhere, very useful stuff, and it's building shit. It's insane.
I'm too stupid for shit like that.
I've never built a fucking thing in Fortnite that I didn't do by accident. And I've only put a couple hours into it, over forever. But that shit's crazy.
Fortnite sucks. The only good thing that Fortnite did was create the free-to-play model in a way that's super sustainable.
That's true, man. And the fucking Epic Game Stores gives away games like crazy. I've got a couple games from them. Subnautica for fucking free. It's pretty dope.
The next free game that you should get, and it is one of the games that I have been playing since our last communication. I've only been playing 2 games lately because Smash Brothers is pissing me off since my controller is broken and I need a new one. I have been playing the Genshin Impact, which the articles were coming out that this was going to be a Breath of the Wild-like game, and it's in the same art style as Breath of the Wild, at least the map is, but it's set, the characters are all anime characters, so it's kind of the legend of anime Breath of the Weeaboo, but it is a giant free game. It's on all platforms. It's open world. You can just roam. There's gliders. There's climbing. There's a stamina bar. There's a huge array of elemental-based characters, and you can combo. The combat mechanic is that you can control 4 characters, not at the same time, but you can switch between 4 characters that have different elemental abilities, and you can stack their elements on top of each other. So, if I have a lightning character and a water character, I can do water damage and then switch to electricity, and that'll give me double damage. But it's completely free to play. The leveling is nice. The map is motherfucking huge. Walking across Hyrule takes a minute, and that's something that you would do sometimes. I don't even know how long it would take to walk across this map. It'd take for fucking ever. And I haven't felt the need to spend any money on it. I don't even know what the premium currency is or does. I know the one thing that will probably make people want to spend money is that the premium currency lets you buy loot boxes, essentially. They're called wishes.
Gross.
Yeah, it is gross. The characters that you find in the story modes are perfectly good characters. You don't need any new characters, but there's the potential to get new characters, and that's addictive.
Huh.
But it's not hard to get the premium currency just by playing the game. So I've opened tons of loot boxes and gotten some nice new characters with some pretty cool abilities. Yeah, you don't have to pay for anything. I have not felt the need to spend any money.
What's it called?
Genshin Impact.
Impact.
Yes. It just came out at the beginning of last month, I think. But people were teasing it. It's on. I don't know if it's on Steam. I know it's free everywhere. I'm playing it on PlayStation. I know it's on PC. I don't know if they're doing it through their own launcher, if they're doing it through Steam.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, I have a 3DS and a Wii U, and I bet they're not on those.
They're probably not on Wii U.
Yes, the system that is dead. The system that they stopped doing anything for, like, well over a year ago.
It is for sure on PC. But the world is massive. There's all sorts of shit that you can stumble across. It's just like, it is a lot like playing Breath of the Wild, where you can stumble across something super big that you don't want to fight and you have to run away. There's archer characters, there's sword characters, there's spear characters, different elements.
That's cool.
Yeah, and there's some puzzles to solve and the quests are pretty good. My biggest complaint is that it's an anime thing, which I thought would be up my alley because I kind of like animes. But
Sure.
There's always the problem that anime's always had, in that it infantilizes women and sexualizes young girls. And you have a Navi-like character that comes with your starting character to be like the narrator and guide you on shit. And it's a cherub that has knee-high boots and thigh-high socks, and I'm just like, why are they doing that? Why?
Because in Japan, that's more okay, I guess, over there.
Justin from Scandalous Tales has been playing, and you can do co-op, like you can meet up with people, you can make parties, and do quests together. But he joined some Facebook groups, and that was his immediate complaint, was that like he could not go anywhere to find someone to play this game with that was not coming across as a pedophile.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, even some of the adult girls in this game just kind of like baby talk, and that's really annoying.
Yeah.
There is a lightning witch named Lisa who's a thirst trap, and I'm actually running in circles with her right now, watching them titties bounce. She's a good character. Anyway, Genshin Impact has been great. I've been playing the shit out of it. You can easily lose an absurd amount of time, just like Breath of the Wild.
Looks like it's on Google Play.
They tried to be everywhere.
Yeah, it's not on Steam.
Whack. I don't know why Steam wouldn't take it.
Zero results.
I think it might actually be on mobile, too.
Well, that's interesting.
That's probably why it's on the Google Play Store. But it's super fun, and I like it. And it's pretty. And you can climb shit. It's got climbing and gliding. You don't get the glider until you make it to the city. It's like there is a kind of a tutorial period, but you get your glider from the first character that joins your party in the city. The first character you meet is supposed to be a knight of Favonius, but she's also a seemingly adolescent girl in thigh-high boots, booty shorts, wearing bunny ears, so that's uncomfortable. But she's an archer.
What is this, Netflix? Jeez.
I'm trying to hold a conversation. I've been playing the game while we've been talking, actually.
You monster.
I don't need to... It's mind free. I can just run around and glide around shit and kill moblins. The other game that I've been playing is, John really liked the Blasphemous game that I talked about the last time on the podcast, or the time before.
Yeah.
And he just Googled what are the best Metroidvanias. And the result that he got back was Dead Cells, which is, I think, the only roguelike Metroidvania game. Roguelike games are your character dies, it's kind of a permanent death. You lose all your shit,
Yeah.
you go back to the beginning.
Yes, like the Binding of Isaac.
Exactly. And hopefully, like the Binding of Isaac, the redeeming playability factor for Dead Cells is that you can, while you're killing shit, you collect cells, and you if you between levels you can spend the cells to get permanent upgrades that'll be there when you die. Like you can keep up to 2,000 of your gold, or in the starting area, random weapons will appear, things like that. And there's also the Metroidvania component is that deep inside of these levels, behind dangerous traps, and all the maps are random generated. Um,
Yeah.
you can get permanent items that let you solve certain puzzles that appear, like jumping on walls and vine climbing and things like that. So I've been playing the game off and on in the morning before work while we smoke for probably a couple of weeks now, and I don't think I've found everything, and I definitely haven't beaten the game. I haven't even beaten I haven't even gotten a credit sequence yet. I've come to the final boss once, and there's a mini boss just before him, and that dude killed me. I haven't been able to beat this game yet, and I've played it quite a bit. It's hard, but it's super fun and rewarding. The combat's I don't need to. You're not gonna go get Dead Cells, and everybody who's heard this has already played Dead Cells. My brother sent it to me for free on Steam 2 years ago when my computer was down. So people,
Okay.
I think it might have won Game of the Year. It came out, but super.
This
dope
sounds
game.
like a game that I would like, but would not get very far in.
It's very, very, very hard.
Because like it's kind of like I have the Binding of Isaac, Rebirth, and all that, and I've played quite a bit of it, but haven't. I can't get to the end. It's just above my skill level, and that game's not like particularly hard. So
Yeah, I've really got to get the right weapon set and whatnot. Sometimes there's bad runs just because you get bad items.
yeah,
I'm pretty good at it, but I haven't beaten it yet. I feel like I'm gonna beat it soon because my character is upgraded pretty well. I should be. The only thing that's gonna stop me from winning is the fact that the last set of enemies just do so much fucking damage. It's
yeah.
it's almost impossible to survive.
And you said it's a Metroidvania.
It is. So the key thing that makes something a Metroidvania is backtracking and item locks.
Gotcha.
Which is interesting because every time you die and you come back, the level it's a new map. The maps
Yeah.
are auto generated. Every level has 2 exits. One is usually guarded by an item lock, and then the other one you can usually walk to, as long as you survive. So there's always new items to find to unlock new levels, and I'd be interested to see a flow chart for this game. All the exits and all the possible paths for Dead Cells. You can have a really different experience from run to run. And so I've just been trying to play only the easiest levels so I can actually get to the end one time and kill the king and see the credits at least once.
The reason everyone plays a game, they just want to read the credits. That's all it is.
It's attacking me personally that I haven't beaten this game yet. And it's a platformy Metroidvania thing. This doesn't matter if it's hard. These are the types of games I win at frequently.
Yeah.
But they do so much damage, and it's not like Mega Man where there's always an opportunity to evade. These motherfuckers will trap you, and they cover the whole screen. It's brutal. You gotta be slick. You gotta be swift. You gotta have good items. You gotta set traps. You gotta be clever.
If I can find it for free, then I will definitely try it.
I don't fucking know what it costs. I think it was $20 when it was brand new. So, because games don't seem to depreciate in value anymore, it's probably still $20.
Right. Yeah, but there are Steam sales and stuff. I can at least put it on my wish list.
That's probably why no game ever goes down in price.
Because of the wish list?
No, because of fucking Steam sales.
Oh.
Yeah, the companies know is like most people. Yeah, like 60% of people are gonna wait till this bitch is on sale, and they're gonna get it on sale. And then everybody else who wants to play it, who didn't grab it during the sale, is gonna be like, damn, I guess I'll eat this dick and buy it full price so I can be part of the club.
Yeah. Like GTA 5 was finally on sale, and Steam told me. And I'm like, you know, it's still $15. So what am I gonna do?
Spend $15 for a AAA platform game?
No, I mean, yes, that's true. That's why I wanted to be informed. I was very close to buying it, but I'm also afraid. Like my computer couldn't handle Witcher 3.
That's fair.
And I don't know. I don't know if I would just be wasting money because I still feel really bad about getting The Witcher 3 and wanting to play it and it not working. And also Arkham City didn't work properly either. There was stuff that didn't load into the thing, so I couldn't get past certain areas.
Well, Jesus, I hope Genshin Impact works.
Yeah.
Those were the big games I played. I'm still playing Genshin Impact and Dead Cells.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've legitimately only played what I've mentioned already, I guess.
Your Nuzlocke on the Pokemons.
Yep. And I mean, and Pokemon Go.
Pokedoki.
And Pokemon Showdown. I just played a lot of Pokemon. I guess that's the end of it. But I am gonna Nuzlocke at least one game from every generation going forward. But I don't think I'm gonna move on to the next one until I've actually beaten the first one. So it can't just be like, well, we died, we lost, so let's move on. So I might just play Pokemon Yellow until I die, I guess.
Yeah, definitely stick to your guns and win.
Yep. Because I also think that would be funny for like videos and shit to just be like, we lost, alright, starting over, and just continue on from there.
So you are going to make this into a series, Let's Play series?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not streaming it though at this point, at least with this one, because I'm just like, then I feel obligated to play for like many hours that I don't have, as well as setting it up and keeping it running well by myself on my computer and shitty internet. It's just a little too much extra to do that versus just recording it and then being able to edit it down later, so it's not just, well, here's 50 hours of grinding.
I would be tempted to stream video games with no purpose. Just, a couple hours before work, just be like, all right, doing coffee, cigar, and whatever the fuck I feel like playing. Let's go.
Yeah.
Casual living on the internet. Not really making products, just casually living on the internet.
Yeah, I get you. Because, like, I like streaming, but there's the obligation, the really trying to keep people entertained and knowing that it's live and all that shit. And I know that Twitch is different because they're, like, kind of used to that because they're going forever. But, yeah. Plus, Twitch is kind of a pain in the ass anyways.
Yeah, it feels like they know that you're on the platform and they want you to try. And it seems like they punish you for not trying hard enough.
Yeah, and by try hard enough, you have to, like, record an insane amount of hours and keep people, like, to make a partner or anything for them to give you any kind of, what's the fucking word? I don't remember
Money.
the word. Well, I was going to say, like, they don't make you a priority. Like, they don't make your streams a priority if you're not getting a certain amount of time, essentially.
Yeah, when we were doing it, I think the requirement was 6 to 8 hours a week and always 5 people watching.
Yeah.
Just to qualify for anything at all. And that's
Yep.
they're not pushing you. So you have to go and either hope randos... you either have to play the hot game, play a game that you think is niche, or use your social media influence to get people to your fucking channel.
Yeah.
And, like, we're not... Like, as much time as we spent trying to have an internet presence, we've been super casual about it. Like, we don't have a real influence.
Yeah.
My Twitter's worthless. My Instagram's worthless. I mean, they're dumb platforms for social media-ing anyway if you're not marketing something, but...
Yeah.
I don't have a platform. What am I getting at? I don't know. Fuck Twitch, dude. But I don't want to try too hard anymore on products. I just want to kind of do shit.
Yeah, I I don't know. I have a really not a great look at all that shit because I do think about like, well, if I'm doing this fun thing that I want to do, I should turn it into some kind of product or something so it doesn't feel like a waste of time.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, I haven't put any work into this podcast.
Yeah, I'm about to add a whole bunch more work for myself too because I've like set aside the time and I have it scheduled like on Mondays. I'll be working on the Rabbithole podcast, normally like editing the ones for the week or whatever. But on the ones, but you know, if I can get that done quick enough, I've been going through the older podcasts and separating segments out, and I'm gonna go through all of them, and I'm gonna turn some of this shit into like, you know, just like shorter stuff where we talk about like one subject, you know.
The highlights.
Yeah, gonna do some of that shit.
Yeah.
Not to mention like we just finished a story arc, man, with the whole Letterkenny thing. I'm gonna take different little chunks, you know, where you mention it and I tell you that I didn't do it up until this point, and that
I'm
can
so
be its
glad
own
to hear that
fucking
you're
thing.
going back because you're going to realize that there were 3 or 4 episodes where I did nothing but make Letterkenny references. And you didn't know what was going on.
Well, I've noticed a whole lot now that I've watched the show, just remembering shit you said. I'm like, oh, Jeff said something, like, in that inflection, or, you know, or those exact words, like pitter-patter, you know.
Yeah, I knew if you didn't know what Pitter Patter was, you hadn't been fucking watching it yet.
No, I understand it in the fucking context, because you'd say pitter-patter, let's get at her. It's like,
Yeah.
I understand, like, what it was. I just figured it was a saying. Just didn't, you know, think it came from Letterkenny or anything.
It predates Letterkenny. I don't think... A lot of the stuff that they do on Letterkenny isn't, like, breaking new ground or making super original jokes.
Well, yeah, it's just setting up
they're making it their own,
specific characters. Like,
yeah.
which, you know, good for them. It works. Though that was the thing, like, whenever I first started watching, I'm like, we could do this. We could make this show.
It
like,
has
this
that type of charm.
this is a super cheap fucking show, man. Like, there's no way they spent a lot of money making it.
No. I don't know if that's actually Jared Kiso's house or not, but that property, that's not a set. That's just a piece of property. People have gone and driven up to it and taken pictures.
Yeah, it's really obvious that it's like they rented out a lot of these places for very cheap.
Yeah, Modine's might be a set, but I think you'll be coming up on it. Modine's burns down like every season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think season 2 Modine's is burned down. Yeah.
I don't remember it being. I don't think so.
Maybe it's the start of season 3. I don't know. Wonder what? Yeah, I guess it's season 3 is the one they had the Shark Tank episode.
No, they did that. They did that in season 2.
Yeah, okay, so Modine's is definitely burned down because that at the end they're like, you know, what Uncle Eddie want? Oh yeah, some kind of party. We need some kind of bar in this.
That's
town.
right. They kept saying. That's right.
We need some kind of fucking bar.
Kept
in this town.
saying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did that happen then? How did I
burned
miss
down
that?
between season 1 and season 2.
Oh, okay.
And then in season 3, Modine's 2 is back, and then in season 4, Modine's burned down again.
Well,
And
spoilers.
Well, fuck it. I think in season 8, Modine's is still burned down. I think we're currently waiting for Modine's 4, and they're drinking at the Ukrainian Center, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I also noticed that Little Kenny is a thing.
Yeah, nobody seems to like that, so I watched one episode and didn't like it either. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just thought it was a weird thing that it was there. I'm like, what the fuck? And yes, you're the second person to say that it's not very good. So, all right.
I might dive into it at some point, but like everyone was telling me it sucked, and then I went and watched one. I was like, I could pass. Don't need hard no.
All right.
I'm not fluid at speaking Letterkenny anymore. When I was doing those episodes with you, I was really fluid into the cadences. I don't know. Arthur, could you be more fucking loud?
Yeah.
Really? Come here. Come here, turd. It's about time for your cameo. Sniff this microphone. Don't chew the wire. That's my microphone. I just turned off my PlayStation.
Good job.
Yeah, no turd. That's right. Fuck up the audio like you always do, you little bastard. What were we talking about? Letterkenny. What's a good next subject? Music, I guess? I don't know.
I mean, there's plenty of subjects here. There was a fucking segue there, and then I forgot it. So
When are the highlights gonna come out? You just gonna start doing that as a Monday project?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I think the first one coming out is probably going to be. Oh, and I'm also going to make a compilation of all the intros.
Gross.
It's gonna be so funny.
You gonna put the outros with them too?
Yeah, probably. No, I'll do 2 separate videos. One will be the intros and one will be the outros.
That's good because there was
Just
one.
for no fucking reason.
There was one episode where I played an intro from Reaper that I made while we were talking, and I had the tracks wrong.
I recall. It was very weird.
Is there someone doing a shanty outside? Quit fucking being loud, dude. These people bug me. I saved that intro track. See if I can find it. Anyway.
Okay. Well, I watched other stuff. I suppose we could talk about those things. The Boys, Season 2. I watched all of The Boys Season 2. Aaron came over. We sat here in masks and watched The Boys for 9 hours.
Masks in your own house. Lame.
Yep. Well, Aaron has roommates, and, you know, I don't know how serious he's taking his stuff, and, yeah.
I wouldn't trust him, but there's that.
Yeah. Since he, like, fucked some girl or whatever, not that, like, a couple days before that, so whatever.
Getting that quarantine strange.
Yep.
Corona tang.
Corona time. Yep. So, whatever. But The Boys Season 2. It's a show.
Yeah, Google keeps sending me a bunch of fucking articles even though I've never actually watched that show. It does. I watched an episode with Audrey and Nate, and it does look good. I happened to be in the garage while they were watching the superhero fucking episode. And that was cute.
Which one is that?
Homelander fucks that girl and they'd like just
Okay.
smashing the shit out of each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I don't see why they would need to have any type of fetish just because they're...
Oh man, Homelander
superheroes.
is like super fucked up fetish wise. Like, oof. It is like a crazy mommy issues thing. And it's so uncomfortable in the first season.
Yeah, one of the episodes I saw was the one where whoever that shapeshifter lady is turns into him and tries to seduce him with himself, and he seemed pretty fucking into it until he killed himself.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awkward, and they should stop.
Yeah. The first season, fucking excellent. Couldn't put it down. Like, the stakes are raised the entire time. Like, the protagonists are just kind of, you know, barely skating by the entire time because, like, Homelander is a thing. It's crazy. The second season feels like they stretched it out a little bit, and the threat was a lot less. So, you know, not as good. Plus, they added kind of a lot of people that muddied everything up. But yeah, Still good. And you know who fucking made The Boys?
Seth Rogen.
Well, he's a producer, but Eric Kripke, the guy that made Supernatural.
I didn't know he
Like,
made
he's-
Supernatural. I knew Eric Kripke was on it because of all the fucking articles that keep getting sent.
Oh, yeah. He was the guy that created Supernatural and then left after the 5th season. Because he's like, that was my story, bye. And now he's showrunning The Boys, and there's a lot of people from Supernatural in there. And Jensen Ackles going to be in the next season. Crazy.
Literally everyone in Letterkenny has been on Supernatural before.
That's where I know that bitch from. Fuck. That lady, like, what's his name's wife, who ended up messing around with Katie at the end of season 2.
Miss McMurray.
Yes, McMurray.
She's also
Like-
Winona Earp right now.
What?
Winona Earp. It's
I don't know what that is.
it's some series. She's the mythical granddaughter of the mythical Wyatt Earp, and she's some kind of undead monster killer. But yeah, she's been on some Supernatural. Stewart has been on Supernatural. Daryl's been on Supernatural.
See, all these people are like vaguely familiar, but I'm like they're vaguely familiar, but also like very unfamiliar. But that one girl, Mrs. McMurray, I was like, she's like a famous actor of some kind. Like,
She's
I don't
great.
know. I've seen her in something.
I love Miss McMurray. She's funny. She got a cocksucking gin and tonic song though.
Okay.
Mark Forward, the hockey coach, he's a famous comedian from Canada.
Huh.
And he was in Fargo.
I haven't seen it. Neither
Yeah.
the movie or the show.
Whale whack. Jared Kiso is really the least famous of those, I think. He was in Elysium.
Really?
Yeah, as Rico. Or some Mexican.
I
dude.
hated that movie. I completely blacked it out.
I didn't watch it. He's been
I
in
unfortunately did.
He was in an episode of Psych, but he had his eyes open, so I couldn't recognize him. I think he was also in Supernatural.
Probably.
And of course, he played Shorzy on Letterkenny.
All right. Well, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else did you watch? The Boys, was you would recommend season 2 of The Boys or just season 1?
Definitely season 1 is fucking amazing. If you like season 1, then sure, continue season 2. But if you don't like season 1, then it's not. Season 2 is worse. So.
That happens. Sometimes that just happens.
Yeah. It's just the pacing slowed down so much and didn't feel as frantic or threatening. So, you know, it's a show that is like, the satire is really good.
I was annoyed with what I was seeing with the superhero on television nonsense thing. And that being it just felt, I don't know. The marketing dystopia has been, I feel like it's been done. So social media superhero thing isn't interesting to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some of that, but there's a lot to it. They touch on a lot of different shit. It's also really funny and really fucked up. So
I'll probably
yeah.
get around to it.
Cool.
What is it on now?
Amazon.
Amazon? Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna watch it at all.
Ah.
Sorry. I don't have Prime right now.
Well, damn, son.
Yeah, I don't order anything because I'm always overdraft anyway. You know what else is on Amazon
true.
Prime is The Hebrew Hammer, and you should watch that.
I think it's actually on my list.
The Hebrew Hammer is one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess if you like Christmas movies, gross.
Yeah. Oh, I watched a movie. I finally saw 13 Ghosts.
Oh. You like that titty ghost?
No, it was gross. I like Tony Shalhoub more. I I realized that I've always only seen the first 10 minutes of 13 Ghosts, and then somebody else put on Mindhunters. I think those used to come on at the same time frequently,
Huh.
which is surprising because it was like I was watching it new, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I've never actually seen it, so
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's fine.
yeah, I've heard that there are a couple parts in it that are good, like overall, but
A
yeah,
guy gets cut in half at the glass door, and that's kind of cool.
I think that was one of the things that people mentioned as being cool.
Yeah, that's really it.
Ah, sad.
Yeah. Seeing Tony Shalhoub, Molly Shannon plays Tony Shalhoub's daughter, which doesn't. I didn't buy that for a second.
What? What? Are they like the same age?
Yeah.
All right.
Molly Shannon's shirt gets torn up, and we don't see any boobs, so why even have her there?
Because she's an actress.
Yeah. You could make that case.
Yeah, I bet some people can.
Yeah. She's a slow cooked rack to me. Uh, do you see anything else?
Yes, I also realized, holy shit, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is on Hulu as well. And I loved that show, and then I missed like the last 2 seasons, so I'm almost done with that. And that show's a fucking treasure.
I hated the first episode that came out, so I didn't follow up.
It starts out really segmented, as most like sitcoms do, where it's like this doesn't you don't have your lore put together yet, you don't have your characters set yet, so it's kind of first season's not great, but once it becomes it does get a lot better. I would rank it pretty close to Scrubs, like a more modern Scrubs situation.
Interesting.
They're a little less like broad, I guess, in a lot of ways, because they're not doing a whole bunch of not too many daydreaming weird ass fantasies with props and shit. But
Yeah, I'm not gonna check it out. I know it's
that's
supposed to
fine.
be changing.
Well,
Terry
I think
Crews and
they
Sam.
ended.
No, they're coming back.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason I
heard
know
final
that was
season.
after the George Floyd thing, Sandberg and Crews were like, "We're gonna really change the tone and attitude of Brooklyn Nine-Nine," and I was like, I don't think you want to do that.
Yeah, it didn't, because honestly, in the last couple seasons of this show, it's like very, like, I don't know how what are they gonna do? There's literally nothing they can do. Like, none of these cops that are like the main cast are any kind of like, there's no toxic anything about any of those characters. It's a very light-hearted show for the most part.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think that they were gunning at is like, as soon as this happened, the first thing Hollywood did was just like, oh my god, the way we portray cops on TV has to change. It really doesn't. You don't have to involve yourself in every motherfucking thing. But I think what's probably going to happen is Terry Crews is going to have some kind of wokening on character, dealing with some adversity that doesn't make sense. And then, I don't know, Andy Samberg might beat up a black guy. Who knows? Just something to acknowledge the thing.
Yeah, that's so out of the realm of any of their characters that it would just be insane.
I think that people are going to start expecting a dick cop in a lot of things, or definitely, like, that's kind of the conversation that's happening, is like, we need to stop propping up heroes that go above and beyond the law, or like having those stories where the red tape's always in the way of the cop doing their job right and shit like that. And it's like, you can't have Die Hard with the way you guys are talking.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for police reform, but maybe we just continue to have movie cops be movie cops as best we can. Like, there's definitely moments where you should be taking shots at the things that need taking shots at, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine should be able to stay its own fucking thing. It should stay a dumb,
Yeah,
goofy
especially
ass.
because they don't really like. There are some jokes regarding like that kind of stuff about like being the maverick and all that shit, but they never. It's never set up to be like, oh, this is what you should do. It never works in the way that they want that anyone would want it to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. I am excited to know that they're not over, though. I was like, fuck, I got 2 episodes left, and then it's gone forever.
They've allegedly already shot season 9 of Letterkenny, and then season 10 and 11 have been delayed for COVID. But hopefully we'll be getting a new season of Letterkenny at the beginning of the year.
Hell yeah.
I'm super excited.
I will be there eventually. I've been watching 1 episode a day.
That's a good pace. I like to get drunk and watch a season.
Yeah, I usually get something, and I do it as well. It's like the best. It's a good show to watch when you're outside your mind.
They're drinking. I want to drink with them.
Hell yeah.
Get this dude a freaking poppers.
Hell yeah.
Arthur, I love you. Go away. You bug me. You stupid insect.
I also realized, you know what else is on fucking Hulu?
My dick?
Is it?
No. Ooh, Cowboy Bebop.
Alright. I was gonna say Dragon Ball Super.
I didn't know that. I think Hulu owns Crunchyroll, but I found Cowboy Bebop on there and I was super excited. That's my favorite anime, next to Full Metal Alchemist.
Hell yeah. But, so I also started Dragon Ball Super.
Is it super or is it just okay?
Yeah, I've seen the first 13 episodes. Like, I have it on DVD. I just never had a chance to go back. And it's like, oh, they got season 1 on here. I'm like, season 1? Like, I've probably already seen half of it. And I look, and it's like, season 1 is 131 episodes.
Oh, why?
I guess they got a lot to say.
Yeah.
But having seen the first 13 episodes, like, I like it. It's fun. You get to see the characters a lot more, and the animation and shit is like high, top quality shit. So I definitely recommend Dragon Ball Super.
I'm not going to watch 113 episodes of anything but Adventure Time, and those things are 15 minutes apiece.
I said 131.
I don't care what you said, alright? I'm barely listening. I'm looking at
I know.
Arthur and his
It's a
dumb
real problem.
fat neck.
Rude.
Stop rubbing the microphone, fucking goober.
You fucking goober!
He wants to go on another walk, and he can fuck off. Look at me, you can fuck off. Stupid dog. You can fuck off. Get down. Get down. Get to the chopper.
Get down! I also watched a movie. I feel like I should have watched more than one. It's been a few weeks.
Yeah, what did you watch?
I don't know. There's just the one I have written down. I watched Sleepaway Camp.
Okay.
What a movie that was.
Nice.
You ever heard of it?
No.
Okay, so it's a horror movie.
Ooh.
Because I've been doing Halloween stuff recently.
Spoopy.
So Sleepaway Camp. It's like a slasher thing, but it's like people really like it, and I thought it was really good until the end.
What happens at the end?
All right, so spoilers for
Wait,
Sleepaway
what platform
Camp,
is it
I
on?
guess. What platform?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, hilariously, I was checking prices and everything, like to rent all that shit, and I went to YouTube and typed it in where I normally rent all these movies, and it was just it's uploaded, it's free.
Oh, cool. So I can actually watch this one not on my cell phone. I could watch it on my laptop, where I have
Yeah.
speakers. I
Yeah.
might actually see it then.
All right, so then I won't ruin it for you.
Oh, that sucks. It kind of kills the conversation.
No, it's fine. I can still describe it.
Okay. Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah, it's surprising because it's a movie from like 1983, I think. But it's put together really well, and it has James Earl Jones' dad in it. So that's pretty weird. He also has a very deep voice.
Oh, it's James Earl Jones's papa.
Yep. But it's actually surprisingly very, what's the word? Kept my attention very well. Especially since like I've been watching a lot of like older horror movies recently. It's really interesting to see how well together this one was put versus the other ones.
Did you know that
Like-
it was marketed as Nightmare Vacation on VHS?
Nope. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's what it says in this YouTube description.
Weird. That's a bad name for the movie. But yeah, so these people go to camp and then, murders ensue. But it's really weird and like kind of homoerotic in some points.
That's my favorite type of erotic.
Well, there you go.
I love homo.
Just a lot of dudes being like, "We're going skinny dipping, yeah! No girls!"
No chicks!
Well, they try to get the girls involved, but they're just like, "Nah, we uppity, all right? Not dealing with this."
Well, that you have to commit. If you say you're gonna go skinny dipping, you can't punk out just because there's no chicks, because then you look like a predator.
Yeah, and it's just a bunch of bros swimming in the nude.
That's how movie pitching works. You tell them this train's moving, you can either get on or not, and then you have to commit to making a project. And if you're gonna tell everyone, hey, we're going skinny dipping, you can be there or be square, and you got to show up with your dick out regardless of who's there. Rhyme.
Couldn't do it.
Just go skinny dipping.
I've been skinny dipping back in my day.
Yeah, you used to be a real dicks out kind of guy.
Sure. But I went skinny dipping in the day, and it was like, yeah, the only reason I'm doing this is because there are girls here. Like, the ratio was really bad, but
Were you
there
able
were
to
some
present
girls.
your phallus to them?
No.
Did they see it?
Not unless they had a microscope.
That's funny.
No, yeah, like they. What do you mean? Of course.
Well, sometimes some people just get into the water and then take their trunks off.
Oh no. No.
So
Not
you were
me.
dicks on the shore.
I was like, this is a girl that I think is super fucking attractive, so yeah.
And you were just looking at her, looking at you.
Nope, probably not. But
More importantly, there were boobs.
yes, there were boobs.
Yeah, in a time where, if you're not cool, it's kind of hard to see boobs.
Exactly. I was cool, but I was cool amongst the group of uncool people who I think are cool because they're not assholes.
So they were kind of probably whack titties.
No.
Oh.
This was a weird situation of like, she was kind of off our friend group.
Now remember that if you were under 18 at the time, this memory is illegal, so tread carefully.
Psh, bitch, I was like 40 years old.
You can't jerk off to this anymore. That's child porn.
Okay. We were both very 18.
That's good.
Plus.
Should start every story that way.
Oh, that would be so funny. Just to start a conversation. All right, me and her were both 18 plus years old, and then you just go into whatever the fuck else.
I was talking to a girl, an adult girl.
An adult girl. Adult girl just sounds so weird. It also sounds like a weird, but also great name for a band.
Adult girls.
Just adult girl, just a single one.
Adult girl. That really would be. I mean, that sounds like a powerful chick punk band.
Yeah. Into it. We gotta make one of those.
Well, I'll just be the front woman.
No. We
If
have
I
to make them.
If I identify as a woman, it's okay.
I mean, sure.
People would
I
buy it
don't
too.
mind.
I have this angelic tenor. I've got soft curves. I have super long hair. I'm just gonna be a hot chick with a beard.
Okay. I mean, just don't be a flip-floppy bitch like Trisha Paytas is.
Well, I would be a lesbian tranny, so I don't really need to. I keep my gay.
Tranny is not the right word.
Sorry, transmission, whatever. Let's.
There you go, transmission. That's funny.
Cancelled.
It's like, what's trans short for? Transmission. Duh.
Anti-humor.
Love it.
So
My
Sleepaway
favorite kind of
Camp.
humor. Yes.
Surprisingly good for an 80s horror film.
Yep.
Cool. That's exciting.
Yeah, me too.
What?
I'm also excited that it's good for an 80s film. 80s horror film, rather.
I'm itching my balls right now.
That's cool. I was taking a drink of Kool-Aid.
If I were to start pretending to be a front woman, I would probably go goth.
I mean, yeah, you have to.
That'd be super hot, too. It's about time that I do a late onset goth phase.
Yeah, I'm back in it.
Oh yeah, you doing trip pants?
No, I'm not going that far. But
Are you putting clothespins on your ear holes?
no, nothing like that. I've just drained a lot of color from the clothes that I wear. I've just kind of faded into a lot more black.
You gonna do some guy liner?
No, I don't plan on it. Like, there's not much reason for that.
I mean, that's one thing. Is I don't want to do all the maintenance required in gothing every day.
Yeah, I mean, I would only do something like that if I came up with an idea for, like, a fucking photo shoot situation. You know, like shit for Instagram or whatever. Like, if I'm feeling like I want to use my pretty light and stuff and do some shit, then maybe I would do the guy liner thing. But I'm not just doing it for every day, like, anything. I don't do anything. And it would be weird to wear to work.
Yeah, I don't have to.
Rather,
I work
Go
from
ahead.
home now, so I could goth tart it, and just I don't know. I mean, it feels like a waste because at this point I would just be gothing for John. Like, who's gonna see me be a goth?
Gothing for John. Sounds like a movie title.
Memoir. That'd be fun. Yeah, I've got a lot of good titles going.
Yeah. We need to write all these down.
Adult girl gothing for John.
Hell yeah.
Ew, no. It's creepy.
We just created a whole story right there.
Yeah, that's how 48-hour films work.
Perfect. Oh, I remember. I also watched Idle Hands last week.
Those are the Devil's Plaything.
Yep. I decided to watch that movie that I haven't seen in like 15 years and see if it still holds up, and you know what? Sometimes.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Really?
Yeah. I've had idle hands before, but I always wind up masturbating.
I mean, yeah. What else are you gonna do?
Idle hands. That looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it's about a stoner dude whose hand becomes possessed by a demon, and he like kills a bunch of people and stuff. And so he cuts off the hand, and then the hand goes around and still murders people.
I've seen this be made fun of. It has a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, it's a stoner comedy from 1999. Like, Number one, comedies don't really get high ratings.
That's
Number
Seth Green
two,
and Jessica Alba.
yeah, just 18-year-old Jessica Alba being hot as hell, and The
I was about to
Offspring
say,
is
that
in
sounds pretty hot, but I'm afraid to call an 18-year-old hot.
it. She's legal.
Yeah. That'll be
And
what
she's
I
like
take-
40 now. Whatever.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm looking at pictures
joking.
of her. Wow.
And The Offspring is in that movie as well. At like a fucking school dance, playing songs and shit. It's pretty cool. And it's got decent music as well, like fucking Sublime and Rob Zombie and yeah.
I might check it out. At least see, barely legal Alba.
Sure.
See, it's creepier when I say it like that.
Yep. I hate that I mentioned her age at all. That made it weird, but she's legal. It's not my fault.
I can't.
Plus,
control
at the
her
time I
action.
was watching it, I was a child. So
That's
whatever.
true.
She's always been like an adult to me.
Yeah, she's definitely always been older than me. She was 18
Yeah.
in 1999. That was 20 years ago. So she's almost 40.
Yep.
We're almost 30.
I am 30.
God, that's dark.
I know. It wakes me up at night sometimes. I'm like, I'm fucking 30. And I'm in this shitty little apartment by myself. Ugh.
Yeah, teenagers don't know a fucking thing, dude.
Yeah. And
That's
I'm
for
sitting
sure.
here thinking, at least I don't have to have a roommate, though,
Yeah, I don't
That
have to have a
feels
roommate.
worse.
If I wind up moving back with my mom, I'm not going to be too bummed. I'm going to save a lot of money. My mom's
Yeah.
super bored all the time, so you'd hang out. Arthur would have a yard. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. But
Yeah.
not having a roommate is cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get bored while I'm playing a game, and I can just jerk off for 10 or 20 minutes and then go back to playing my game.
That's true. You can do whatever the fuck you want in your own
That's
apartment. Nobody
Yeah.
bitching about nothing.
No one sees me do anything. I could do anything in here.
Yeah.
I can leave the crock pot going too long. I could leave it man, my ex would probably complain if I was crock potting as much back then. She used to have some kind of thing about smelling food, and I was like, bitch, don't you eat? I've never seen you close your nose when you chew. Dumb hoe.
Bitch, don't you eat?
She used to get upset when I would make sausage for spaghetti, and it was just like, there's spaghetti and sausage. She's like, just use beef. And I seasoned the beef, and she's like, garlic and onion is too strong. And I was just like, garlic and onion is the foundation of food. And I was hoping I would never meet another person like this again, and then it turns out that John and Audrey were having that same fight. I was like, dude, red flag, bail.
Yeah, sometimes I think it kind of sucks being alone, but then I think of all the stuff that I can do everything exactly the way I want it done.
Yeah, if everything was open, dude, being a filmmaker was such a problem for my marriage, but I can just go and be a filmmaker. And if I want to start doing stand-up, I could just go out and do that. Just, Arthur, quit staring at me like that. You'll be in a cage if I'm on stage, I promise. You'll be home alone in a cage. But yeah, I don't have any responsibilities. I can just do whatever the fuck I want. I can just jerk off in every room. I can drink. I can just let it go.
Yeah, sometimes I think about, I'm just watching YouTube videos or something, and I'm just like, hi, I wonder if I did have a roommate or a significant other or something, what would I be doing right now? Would they be watching this with me? Would this be a thing? Or would I have to do something else? Would I be watching, The Bachelor or something?
That's scary that they might have TV preferences.
Right?
Depending on what time of day it is, they're probably going to be doing shit like, are you coming to bed? You want to come to bed? Or are you going to come sleep? You want to watch 90 Day Fiancé?
Nah.
Everything that you do is boring. You can just watch a bunch of kids on the internet. Oh, stupid. Why
They're hardly kids.
Did you get your guitar?
Oh, I did not, because of another story. Da-na-na-na. Yeah. So I went to the dentist on the first day of my vacation to get a nice deep
To
cleaning.
get some teeth.
Yeah, I had to buy some new teeth. But anyways, so they I had a couple cavities, so they did some fillings, and the doctor was looking at the X-ray, and he's like, "You have like the longest nerve I've ever seen in this tooth where there's a cavity, and it goes right up to the edge.
Of all the nerve.
Oh, all the fucking nerve.
You have all the nerve.
Yeah, not anymore. That's the story.
Oh, Jesus.
So he's like, you know, if I go in there, it might be like, you know, too deep, and it'll have to be a root canal or whatever. And so whatever, I agreed. May as well get the shit done. And then they come at me with the bill. Point is, it cost a lot of money. I basically had to have a root canal. He pulled out my nerve in there. Luckily, I was all numbed up and everything. And he was just like, you know, that nerve that I said was the longest I'd ever seen. Turns out it was twice as long as I thought it was.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, ugh. Because it just makes me think of those stories of like back in the day where like doctors would be like, oh, you have gum worms. And they would pull the nerves out of the gums.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Wow, that would make me quite nervous.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking like just awful to think about. Because they don't have any kind of anything that's numbing anything. They're just
what kind of jackass exists
in your
before
gums.
modern medicine and decides, hey, we're just going to work on people's teeth? We're
Well,
qualified.
it was like a situation where they would have like missing teeth, and you could see like the fucking nerves and stuff, and they would think, "Oh, you got gum worms. Let me get rid of those for you." It's an awful thought, and I hate it.
Yep, that's painful as fuck.
Yep. But anyway, so the dentist cost me like $400, and to finish this root canal, it's gonna be like another $500. So
Jesus.
I didn't get a chance to get the guitar because now I'm paying off the dentist, which is dumb.
Well, just tell him you're going to miss a payment and buy the guitar.
No, I gotta be responsible.
That's true.
I'll get that guitar eventually, though, like in a month or so, 2 months maybe, because it's like less than $100. Come on.
You can do that. You can swing it.
Yeah, I'm pretty broke right now, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty broke right now, too. But that's
Yeah.
okay. I have enough to entertain me and enough to feed me, so we'll be good.
I am going to borrow gas money from my mother tomorrow, and then I should have enough to keep me fed through the end of the month, hopefully.
I've got
And gas.
$20, but I'm probably just going to overdraft a bit.
Yeah, I think I have like 15 or 20 available on my credit card, and that's it.
I'm good. I've got a loaf of bread. I've got some proteins. I've got some slow-cooked meals ready to go. I've got cheese and eggs.
Yeah, I got cheese and eggs and bacon.
Back on.
Mostly eggs. Like that's gonna be the most of what I'm gonna eat because they were cheap and I got a lot of them.
I ran out of fucking butter before my paycheck, and
Damn.
I'm in some cheese enthusiast groups, and a lot of people were talking about using mayo on the outside of their grilled cheese instead of butter.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. I think I've had it. Not as good, but not like fucking awful.
It's super crispy. It tastes a little sweet. I don't like it as much. Anyway, then I came to the realization, like, and I've heard it before, all mayonnaise is just oil and fat whipped together. Oil and eggs.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's eggs in there.
Yeah. So I just started using that to cook since I was out of butter and oil, just melting the mayonnaise in the pan, which scared me at first because I was like, I put it in the pan and I was like, please don't stink, please don't stink, please don't stink. And it really didn't. But there's some of the once it starts to separate, some of the egg chunks will break. Arthur, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. I'm not scolding you. You can throw your bone. I'm just saying. I'm on the phone right now. It's a little rude. He's got a cow's hip bone, and he just chucks it across the apartment.
Oh. That's fun.
He's a fucking animal, literally. I see you. Quit shaking your butt. Quit shaking your butt at me.
Shake that butt harder.
Stupid slut. You're gonna knock over my guitar.
Bam.
I love you, Arthur. I love you, turd. Turd. Headlock. I'm not walking. I'm gonna get you in a fucking headlock, you stupid piece of dog. What was I talking about?
I don't know.
So I went back to Streetlight Manifesto, and I haven't really listened to a record of theirs in a long time. I forgot what they sounded like. But I listened to Everything Goes Numb, their 2003 record, and I really, really, really liked it.
Dope.
They're a very horny ska band, and they are more punk. They not a big reggae thing. Definitely got that reggae rhythm guitarish sound.
Yeah.
But it's downplayed because they're like I said, they're horny. Super horny.
Super horny.
Super horny. I was listening to... What the fuck was I listening to? Their 2013 record, Before the Call, and it was okay. Anyway, I think that's the only music that I really listened to this week was that, and I listened to Rancid's and Out Come the Wolves, but I've talked about that record before.
Dope.
But, yes, if you're looking for some horny, punky ska with some good emo edge on it, then check out everything. Wait.
Huh?
Make sure I'm getting the right fucking title, because Streetlight Manifesto, Everything Goes Numb, from 2003.
Nice.
A great year for music. Blink-182's album debuted that year, I believe.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
The Hands That Thieve was the album I was listening to, and that was alright, the second album.
Alright. I don't think I've ever heard them.
They good. They get bandied about in my Jeff Rosenstock group a lot.
Oh. I will look into it. I got into a new band.
That's erotic.
Yeah. So, you know, sometimes I just put on my YouTube music thing and play like, you know, just play music with it, with my drums and shit. And, you know, it'll go to random stuff that's kind of connected to whatever I'm listening to. And so this band came up called Avatar, who, basically I was just playing and then a song came on that I didn't recognize and was just like, what the fuck is this? It's very interesting, very weird and interesting, and I want to listen to it. Turned out it was this band Avatar, and so I've been listening to like their top songs over the last couple weeks, and they're pretty fucking great.
So you haven't been listening to any particular records?
Nope, just kind of the stuff that spans like their hits, basically. I'm going to move on to their records, probably starting Monday.
But their hits like Bloody Angel, Colossus, Hail the Apocalypse, The Eagle Has Landed.
Yes, they're such great fucking songs.
Is The Eagle Has Landed the opening theme to Spectre Music Group?
This was the song that fucking made me look them up.
I'm gonna skip ahead. I like the music video.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Sound of Music looking ass shit.
Yeah, but like I had seen different stuff for Avatar in the past, and you know the face paint and stuff, and I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking, you know, heavy black metal stuff that I don't really listen to,
Oh, look,
so I've just
Black
kind of
Veil
ignored
Brides.
them. Do what?
I said, oh look, Black Veil Brides.
Yeah. or that. But so I kind of just ignored them. But whenever I heard the start of that song, it has it's like a heavy go bordello sound.
The
Like,
mushrooms?
do what?
Bordello mushrooms?
No. There's like a punk band from back in the day called Gogol Bordello, and I think they're Russian, and they have a really weird like folky kind of sound, and it sounded like that, but that one's more punk, and this was more metal, so it really pulled me, and I was like, and I'm loving it. Like all their shit is all the stuff I've heard, really good. And very diverse.
Bordello is on Side One Dummy.
I believe it.
Side One Dummy's a good label.
Yeah. I used to listen to a lot of bands on that label.
Yeah, they're the Go-Go Bordello record on Side One Dummy is 12 years old.
Yeah. It was one of my ex's favorite bands. So, and I had heard stuff on
you having sex when I listen to it.
Hell yeah. I will too. Nah, we never had sex to her music. It's too fast. Did fuck to Psycho Stick once though, so that was cool.
I never had sex to music. I had sex quietly in the dark like a psychopath.
I mean, it wasn't something like where I was like, oh, let's put on some music and do this. It was like, hey, there's a party going on and Psycho Stick happens to be on and now I'm gonna nut. That fun shit.
Good on you, nuttin'.
Nuttin'.
Getting that nut.
Hell yeah.
Get that white boy nut. Get that Italian or like garbage cheese nut.
No.
Get that Outback Steakhouse onion bloom nut.
I know what you're doing, Jeff.
Get that nut with the freshest ingredients. Was that season 2?
I think that was season 1. Yeah, that was like the final episode of season 1, I think.
No, it wasn't.
Or the one right before it.
Nah, you'll really see it when that episode actually comes up.
I did.
Give me that nut.
Unless this is another one that they do multiple times.
I don't know. I had to look at the episode list. I feel like I have that show memorized well enough to know which season and episode it happened.
Yeah, I thought that was like the episode right before Wayne gets like fucking knocked out or whatever.
No, that's definitely not season. The thing I'm referencing definitely did not happen in season 1.
Okay, maybe it's just a similar repeat of a joke or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. But yeah, that's basically all I've been listening to.
I'm going to have a different list of albums for the next time that we talk. Because it's October and every year I listen to Famous Monsters.
Hell yeah, great album.
All of the Castlevania type of shit that I can get my hands on. And then Spirit Phone by Lemon Demon, which is a comedy horror themed electronic record that I just find charming and fun.
Yes, you've mentioned them before.
Yeah, that's a good record. I stand by. Well, most of that record's really good. There are a couple of songs on there that are so bad, it just makes me feel scared to tell people to listen to it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Were they the ones that did like the Ultimate Showdown or whatever?
Yeah, the dude. Yeah, that's the same guy.
Okay. Yeah.
That's part of his lore.
Crazy.
He has another couple of records that are pretty good.
All right. I will look into it.
Arthur, go lay down. You're bugging me, dude. You're bugging me. Don't wiggle your butt at me.
Oh, he will.
Don't come here. You stupid dog. Wiggle that butt. Target. Target. You're a dumb dog.
I think that's all I got.
I don't.
You get your vote shit yet?
My boat shit?
You voting shit?
Oh, god damn it. Me and Keegan were playing Smash Brothers and being like, last year the cutoff was on the 11th, and he's like, yeah, I just had to go to John's and print this out, and Keegan's like, I've got my registration filled out, I just got to get it stamped and put in the mail, and I was like, you might want to hurry on that. I don't know what the cutoff day is. And then I Googled it for us, and it was 25 days before the day of the election is when it has to be stamped and submitted. So me and Keegan have both missed the cutoff for registration again, which sucks that the DMV, the tag agency did not get me registered because I got that letter saying they couldn't confirm my identity. And then also, I did not mail my registration in time this year. Not that it really matters, because it's not like we live in a swing state, but I wanted to vote for other things.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of not too sad, because going into a polling place to go vote for Biden in a red state, just kind of...
Well, I got an absentee ballot.
Oh yeah, you gonna do the mail-in?
Yep.
You know those are fake, right?
No, they're not.
Okay. You know someone's gonna throw it in the trash, right?
No, they're not.
Yeah, it's a red state postal worker. They're gonna throw it away.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
I like to naively believe that, not everybody's a piece of shit.
Me too. I would have done the mail-in ballot, but I thought I was waiting too long to get my shit sent out. And it turns out I was right.
Yeah. I got all that stuff done earlier this month.
Did you mail out your ballot?
I have it right here. I just got it. It was really annoying because I filled out the stuff to get it and then later got a message that said, oh, we can't send it or whatever. And they wouldn't tell me why. So, I filled out the thing 2 more times because it said that, and I was like, wow, shit is fucked up. And then one day I checked my mail and it was right there.
Did you tell him you were a Democrat?
Nope.
Okay.
I thought about that.
Voter suppression happens every day.
Yeah. So I went with independent.
The fact that we can't register at the poll, ridiculous.
Yeah, because I was sitting there thinking, like, man, am I actually gonna go to a place to vote if this shit doesn't show up? Like, whenever there's gonna be other people there of the side that believes that masks are wrong.
Yeah, that polling place is gonna be it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel like people will, like, straight up the people who are like blah 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 masks blah whatever the fuck. So I feel like those people are going to use it as a way to, like, make people not vote.
Yeah, they're gonna do every. I don't even want to get into what people said out there in the debates because the presidential debates also happened since we've podcasted.
Yep, and Trump got COVID as well.
Yeah, and kicked it in 3 days.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's a thing that is possible whenever you have the absolute best healthcare in the entire world.
I thought he was gonna die, but it's really not. It's not that deadly. He probably could have kicked it without it. It just would have taken him a few weeks. Although Herman Cain was feeling better than he ever felt just before it took him. He got it. Yeah. He got tested. He showed symptoms. He went down. He came back up, and then he was like, "I'm better than ever." And then the next day he died.
Yeah. Yeah, I really didn't want or think that Trump would die. I just wanted him to get sick and I wanted it to be really bad, and I wanted him to realize that it's a bad thing. But even that's too much to wish for.
I mean, he's got all the factors that usually makes it bad on somebody. He's old, he's obese, he's doing methamphetamine for sure. He doesn't sleep enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Melania kicked it too. She's just as old, but she takes care of herself.
Melania is not just as old.
That's true. There's no way he would buy
She's
a
like
model the
20
same
something
age.
years younger than him.
I mean, that's still 57.
I mean, sure.
She's
I don't
still
even
fucking
think
old.
I don't even think she's that old.
Let me see here.
I think
But
she's
she
in her
kicked it with
40s.
just diet. Taking that D and that zinc. She's 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're taking your vitamins and you're getting sleep and you're decent health, you're pretty low risk.
I mean, yeah.
I would go down like a freight train, and when I am having anxiety, I feel like I might have it anyway.
Yeah, that's me as well.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I kicked the regular flu really quick, but a respiratory flu, I smoke. Like sometimes if I haven't slept enough, I don't inhale cigars, but it's secondhand smoke. I get raspy, my chest gets tight. If my blood pressure is really high, I can't breathe very well. I do have a blood pressure issue. I'm just sitting here getting too much salt and drinking and not sleeping, and I had COVID at the same time. I'd be, yeah, I don't know. I'd probably need some help breathing. And if that symptom came on really quick, there's nobody here to help me.
Yeah.
I'd have to text John, and that'd be one of those times that John doesn't answer his phone again.
Yeah, I've thought about that as well because I'm also alone and also, fat and, all that awfulness that comes with that. Ugh.
Do you see the episode where, you didn't watch 30 Rock, did you? Tina Fey's thing?
Nope.
She almost settled down with a lesbian. Like, she got hit on by a girl, and she thought they were just friends, and then she found out that the girl was gay and interested, and the first time that she found out, she didn't really have the heart to tell her, like, or I think maybe the lesbian was like, just go ahead and think about it, it might be time to try. And then she went home to her apartment and had like a Final Destination type sequence where everything in her apartment was trying to kill her, and she's like, I could die alone in here. I could die alone. she's like, I hate dudes. She tries to date that lesbian. So it's like,
funny.
it'd be nice just to have somebody to check on me if I fall in the shower.
Yeah, it's true. I think my work would call.
Yeah, mine would eventually, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, like-
I miss enough work if they'd just be like, well, Jeff's out for a couple of days. It's fine. He's fired when he gets back, but that's fine.
I mean, I called into work like a couple months ago or whatever, and nobody answered the phone. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll call back in like an hour because I called a bunch. And then my boss like called me, and she was just like, you're really good about calling in, and didn't realize that you did. And we were like, huh, that's weird. Why isn't he here? So they would notice at least. But
That's pretty cool, but they give a shit.
yeah, having like this job, it's so weird because it's a job that like it's a fucking tedious job, but it's also a job where they treat you like a fucking adult. It's the only job I've ever had where like so many other places, no matter how fucking old you are, your higher ups are gonna talk down to you like you're a fucking child.
I'm dealing with that right now. Yeah, call center work is complete fucking bullshit. And they do not respect you, no matter how old or experienced you are.
Yeah.
Now, when I worked at We Go Look, it was different. They treated me like a grown-up. And if I was gone, they'd check on me and shit. But I fucked that job up. But, yeah, it's rare and it's nice. It's nice to land someplace that's just not a total pain in the ass to be.
Yeah.
This job, I'm at home and it's still a pain in the ass. I'm so sick of taking calls. People have been so much shittier and so much more entitled on the phone. And I'm just like, It would be one thing if you just had a car accident and you were scared or something, but
Yeah.
how are you being an entitled little shithead already and treating me like I've done something wrong? Like, it's just so hard for me to be empathetic and give a shit. And yeah, I'm slipping on it. I don't really want to do this job anymore, but I don't really have any other opportunities.
If we were hiring, I would tell you to apply, but
And do not, nah. I mean, I get to work from home. It's a pretty sweet deal.
I mean that's true. But I mean there are there's still some people working from home who have the call center jobs at my job, so
I think this will be my last formal job, hopefully.
I feel the same way about this job because I cannot go back to anything else.
Yeah, I need to start making income off of doing stuff. And hopefully once the pandemic's over, I'll be able to save up enough money for a computer and start making stuff again or
Yeah.
some shit. But I either need to start doing video around here or I need to start making internet money.
Yeah. That would be cool to see you making shit again.
Get on my OnlyFans.
And we could collab! Not on OnlyFans, though.
We could collab on OnlyFans.
Yeah, but I don't really want.
Okay.
My OnlyFans is G-rated, bro. Yours is X-rated. It won't work.
I'm just saying next time that you need to shave your back, we could do some mutual bear grooming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
You gotta groom the bears.
Yep, and the berries.
My recorder's battery is blinking.
Mine is on 1 bar. I mean, what else we got, homie?
I ain't got nothings.
All right.
You got stuff?
Bye. No. No, not really.